In a New York courtroom, a lawyer representing thousands of victims of Haiti's cholera epidemic tried to convince an American judge that they should be allowed to sue the United Nations. The lawyer said it wouldn't have come to this if the UN had done something to fix the damage it had caused.
This cholera is something that has affected people's lives in tremendous ways. And the fact that the United Nations, the very body that's supposed to be promoting human rights around the world, has not done anything to try to help these people, to get them back on their feet, despite their legal obligations to do so, goes against their mandate of promoting rule of law.
The UN has not acknowledged responsibility for the 2010 outbreak, even though it is widely accepted among scientists that the disease came from a Nepalese peacekeeping base where sewage leaked into a tributary of the country's main water source. The UN says it doesn't have to answer the victims' complaints because it has immunity.
What we're trying to do is mobilize as many resources as we have at our disposal to make sure that we can bring the outbreak of cholera in Haiti under control.
The UN points to its education and immunization efforts, which have helped reduce the number of new cholera cases by 76% so far this year. The UN argues it can't be prosecuted under its peacekeeping agreement with Haiti. It's a standard clause in a standard peacekeeping agreement long recognized by UN member states. But plaintiffs argue that that doesn't absolve the UN of its responsibility to compensate victims of its negligence. Lawyer Bruce Rashkow, who handled UN liability claims from 1995 to 2005, agrees. He says the UN has a history of settling disputes outside of court.
Immunity is a shield, not a sword. It protected you so you could do the job you needed to do, but it didn't allow you to cut away legitimate claims. It was never understood that legitimate claims would be barred or would be neglected.
International law and human rights experts filed briefs and testified in court on behalf of the victims. A United States government attorney argued on behalf of the United Nations that immunity is necessary for the UN to be able to do its work around the world. No UN officials appeared in court. The judge's decision is expected later. Kristen Salumi, Al Jazeera, New York.